That's impossible. That's like asking me to pick a favorite Bruce Springsteen album. You're not watching the movie thinking about tributes and Easter eggs. You're involved in the characters. Certainly the very opening of the movie was a huge undertaking because you're not only doing an action sequence, but you're doing it with an actor who is playing 25 years younger, a little more even than he is. So it's kind of a quadruple threat. I'm playing in Steven Spielberg's sandbox. I'm doing extreme levels of action and kind of comic action. Almost that sequence is very inspired by Buster Keaton. And you're taking an actor who's almost 80 and you're making him look 35. And you are recreating the 1940s in a large-scale period sequence. And you've got COVID going on at the same time. So that was extremely challenging. But they are all challenging, and it was all, but that one has the most elements to juggle, you know, as a director. After honestly seeing Fleabag, my goal was just, I saw her as a kind of Barbara Stanwyck, Katharine Hepburn, able to make turns as an actor from drama to comedy like a slalom skier on a slope. When we were writing the script, we were literally writing it, thinking of the kind of character that she could bring to it. That's impossible. That's like asking me to pick a favorite Bruce Springsteen album. I think John's score to Close Encounters of the Third Kind is monumental, but I think his score to Jaws is revolutionary. I think his score for Indiana Jones is brilliant. And of course, at this point, it's almost such a generic answer, but it's impossible to quantify what a powerful effect he had on music across the world with his score to Star Wars, which is of course an extension of John's genius, but he was also, much like Steven and much like myself in terms of our inspiration, reaching back to the scores of Korngold and Miklos Rosa and regenerating an idea, you know, that had been thrown away about movie scores. It's hard to underestimate what a large stylistic change it was for John to kind of resurrect the grand symphonic score after kind of being tossed aside as something old-fashioned. And I think that is such a perfect fit in Indiana Jones because the movies themselves, as well as being character pieces and adventures and comedies, they're love letters to Golden Age cinema. And who better to do that than John Williams? I feel like my whole career, every movie is a preparation for the next. I learn from every kind of movie I make, and I make a lot of different kinds of movies. I think so many directors get boxed into one genre or another. But what is so unique about Indiana Jones is it is both a heartfelt character story and a big adventure movie. It is a big adventure movie, but it is also metaphysical and magical. But it is also kind of comedic and a Buster Keaton film and a kind of 40s screwball film. It is, above everything, a kind of love letter to classic Golden Age filmmaking. You're doing this loving tribute to cinema and to movie making and kind of classic movie making, but you're not watching the movie thinking about tributes and Easter eggs. You're involved in the characters. That balance is huge, but it is the greatest lesson I got from the films that Steven had made.